On the channel today. Today it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk to you about the Regina Sweet Cherry. I know I've been seeing a lot on video on YouTube, advertisements coming back about it. It seems like it's 3 or 4 different companies. I'm not sure if they're all related or not, but sometimes I've seen them. They do one advertisement and they do one back to back. But it looks like it's all the Regina Sweet Cherry, so that's kind of what I'm going to focus on, because just got to thinking, we can't grow cherries down here. And they said, well, you can grow cherries anywhere. So this is kind of a crash course. Does it live up to the hype? And looking at the commercials and what they say, does it, is it real? First thing they say, I noticed, is they say it's the size of a ping pong ball. That's what the cherry is. Ping pong ball is about that big around. None of the cherries they show are the size of a ping pong ball on the commercial themselves. They do show one plum for just a very short period, what appears to be a plum. I thought it was a plum when I seen it, and later my wife was watching the video and she said the same thing. It looks like a plum. So we're thinking that, yeah, it's a plum. But most of the ones they're showing, they're large cherries. So I want to give, is there a Regina Sweet Cherry? Yeah. It was made in Germany, created in Germany. That's true. They say it's a recent release. Depends upon your idea of recent. It's in 1998. Okay, so it's been a while, but I guess maybe you could say that's recent. It does make you wonder though, how come they're waiting so long before they start announcing it. I don't know if it has anything to do with patents or not, but that's just a guess. First claim, they say if you order from it from today, you will be getting sweet cherries by May of this year. Tomatoes don't make that fast, okay? And actually when I did go look up on some regular, because I researched this for minutes, guys, okay? I mean, I spent a good 10 or 15 minutes on the internet looking up the stuff up. And first thing I found out was that it ripens in late June. It's a little bit later than May. And it is a late ripening, and it's also a late blooming variety, which means it needs to be pollinated. And they say there are multiple times it's self-pollinating. But when you go to legitimate people who are selling the Regina Sweet Cherry, they will usually say it's not self-pollinating. And one of them, now I think it was AI, said it needed to be pollinated by the late blooming cherries, because if not, it had to be a certain Lapin cherry and a couple other 3 or 4 cherries that it might need to be pollinated with. I didn't really see that on the websites for the actual nurseries, legitimate nurseries, but I did see that. So not self-pollinating. It also has to be a certain pollinator to pollinate it. Well, last year I noticed they sold them as seeds. I mean, I looked it up last year, and they said they would sell you, and they start creating, and when you look to order them, they would sell you like 10 seeds. So I thought that's what they were this year, but this year they're saying they're selling saplings. So apparently all the seeds didn't sell, so they're planting them another chance. And they say it's supposed to be 2-year-old saplings. Which I always wonder, if it's 2-year-old sapling, does that mean it's 2 years old now, or is this the second year? I'm not quite sure. And actually, I don't know. I'm not saying they're wrong on that. Another one that said it suffers from bacteria canker on the rootstock. It does have to be from a rootstock. And that's what kind of kills all cherries down here, down south, in south humid area, in southeast Texas. There has been some sweet cherries people have tried to grow in the past. I think Jim and Jan was too. They tried, and they would pollinate each other as long as they bloomed at the same time. But then they seemed to have problems with them getting bloom at the same time, and then they died. So it was like, even the people kind of like me that grows a lot of type of fruit, they were having trouble getting that fruit tree to live. I will say I did have a person when I was working that they called the office and they asked, well, what variety of sweet cherry can I grow? And I basically said there's not one. They can't take a humid summers. That hot humid weather just does not agree. And usually it's the bacteria canker that's killing them. Just does not agree with cherries. Okay, there's a few kind of substitute cherries. Tree behind me is a cherry of the Rio Grande. I think it's the best of the substitute cherries. And even anywhere in Texas, we have a hard time growing cherries, even up North Texas, as far as sweet cherries. Now, some of the sour cherries you can get. If anybody knows a sweet cherry you can grow in Texas, let me know. But let me know if it's somebody around Houston, because, you know, you might be able to grow something in El Paso. You might be able to sell something in Amarillo. They're vastly different than what we are down here in the South, the true South. I'm by the coast, about 60 miles from the coast, I think. The other problem you're going to have with cherries down here is the chill hours. Most cherries have 800 to 1,000 chill hours. I did see on the AI deal saying they did need somewhere between 800 and 1,000 chill hours. Now, they might have grabbed that from somewhere else, but when you say that you have a fruit tree that can produce anywhere in the United States, that's a problem, okay? I don't know of a certain variety of fruit tree that grows anywhere in the United States. I thought about that for minutes too, okay? There's not a peach tree that grows anywhere, a certain variety of peach tree that grows anywhere. There's not a pear tree. You can grow pears a lot of places, but you have to be a certain variety. Over and over, you know, and like I said, I thought there for minutes, and I don't think about that much more. The zone that they say it would grow in would be from 5 to 8. I will caution you when they say 8 on these zone maps. Zone 8 also goes up the coast. So a zone 8 here in Texas and a zone 8 in Seattle is totally different. It's just a low temperature for the year is different. So a lot of things like raspberries would do fine in Seattle in zone 8. They're not going to do fine in Dallas, Texas in zone 8. Okay, just telling you. It just gets too hot, and that's the heat and humidity is what's killing your cherries. I think I did say that we brought up in Germany in 1998. Okay, I was serious about they were showing, as they're pulling them out of the box, it had ripe cherries on them. When they start showing stuff like that, people be wary, okay? Because they're not going to send you a box with sweet cherries as you get them out of the box. Hopefully, they're going to send you a cherry tree that's totally dormant, or any tree that's dormant that's not an evergreen tree, all right? Does require well-drained soils. If you got heavy clay soils down here, you're not going to be able to grow them. That's the same thing with blueberries also. Now, they did say it was resistant to splitting, which is very important, you know. And it was funny because they would show the cherry and they would show the cherry and they split it open. And I knew it wasn't a Regina cherry because it's a cling fruit. And they were showing ones that was slip fruit. You know, you want one that's cling free, but that's not a deal breaker. Now, is the Regina Sweet Cherry a legitimate cherry tree? Yes. Will it grow anywhere in the United States? No. Do I think it'll grow anywhere in the southern part of the United States? I don't think so, but I haven't grown one. And so I could be wrong, but I will say it kind of, it's been a while since it's been out. And all of a sudden now, and then I'm starting to see some other stuff coming through now, kind of the same type of commercial, you know, the AI commercials where they say, you know, one of them said you plant this grass seed and in a few months you'll be mowing. Okay, I don't know if anybody says mowing, we all say mowing. So kind of watch for the words that they say. Watch when they say this peach tree will do this or that. They've got to be adapted to your site. Get on legitimate sites, legitimate trees. Dave's watch bug. I think Dave's Garden's got a watchdog group where you can kind of see and see if they got, you know, if they're legitimate. When I clicked on one of the deals from mgttc.com, I think it was, instantly it flashed up on my computer. It said very low trust score. So that tells you some of this stuff's a scam. Is Regina Sweet Cherry a scam? No. I think it's, from what I could read, it's a legitimate tree, not highly productive like they said, but you know, in the right areas, it might be suitable for you. It's just not down here in Texas. But anyway, be careful when you start sending YouTube ads. If they promise too much, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Look at some legitimate nurseries. Just let you know, trying to word of caution. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Thank you.